Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first of 3 public hearings that we are having this evening. And let's see. So our first public hearing is on the proposed ordinance to establish an affordable housing committee. And I'm just going to get to that agenda. So we are going to commence with public comment. So this portion of the meeting is specifically set aside for comments from the public, who are asked to limit their comments to 2 minutes. Any person interested in providing public comment remotely should email publicmeetings@rockyhillct.gov prior to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting, at which time a link will be provided to attend the meeting, as well as instructions on how to participate. So that never, ever changes. So if folks do want to participate, you know how. We just like to repeat that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor. Again, this is for the affordable housing issue.
Ed Ciccarello, 40 Riverview Road. I was asked tonight to come represent Sustainable Rocky Hill by our chairman, Derek Kalin, to encourage you to pass I guess it's an ordinance to establish an affordable housing committee. What I gave to you was the latest data that I have in regards to affordable housing. Sustainable Rocky Hill, or Sustainable CT, has 3 actions. They're all under 11, number 11, 11.1, 11.2, 11.3. And then, of course, we have our affordable housing plan. But the whole goal is to have Rocky Hill and all the towns in Connecticut have 10%. And if you could see by that chart that I gave you that we, with the 2021, we were at 5.13. And I added in the new projects that are going to be coming online: Kelson Row, Stepney Place, and Vessel. These are all projects that were approved. And they're all deed restricted. And so if you just follow that deed restricted box down, you'll see the increase from 0 to 62. And our total amount of affordable housing, 516 units out of a total 9,202 dwellings in all of Rocky Hill. So what does that mean in regards to Sustainable Rocky Hill? It means that we've improved by almost 0.5%. So that's progress. And for Sustainable CT, it's a point system, so that would get us 10 points. And if you were to pass this tonight, you'd also get the town and the sustainable certification closer to where we want it. We want to get a silver certification. We already have bronze. And just by passing the Affordable Housing Committee ordinance, that would be another 10 points. Why have an Affordable Housing Committee? It is part of our affordable housing plan. It's in both the Sustainable CT and our affordable housing plan. The Affordable Housing Committee needs to choose an administrator eventually of the plan. They need to prepare documents for these deed-restricted apartments. Right now, these 3 projects, I don't know if we have the paperwork that boilerplate deed-restricted policy that's going to go for all of the affordable housing that comes online. So that's what this Affordable Housing Committee would do. Besides that, they would work to increase assisted housing, deed-restricted, and state-recognized housing. The one thing I would ask the town council to remember is that the second bullet, the second strategy in our affordable housing plan is to establish a special housing fund, and that's on you. That's not the Affordable Housing Committee. So I would ask that, you know, somewhere along the line that discussion comes up, and if it's a possibility, I'd ask that you do that. But that all being said, I just want to encourage you to adopt the Affordable Housing Committee ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard?
Alan Smith, 112 Old Main Street. I'm not going to reiterate everything that Ed said. I think he's obviously got all the receipts and the numbers and all that stuff. And obviously he's always a wealth of knowledge. But one thing I would just point out is the Affordable Housing Plan was supposed to be done by June 2022 based on the Connecticut statute. We adopted it by through planning and zoning in December of last year. It is the 2022 through 2027 plan, but it's only was adopted through the town council like a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago now. So if we do ratify this, then we're going to establish the committee. The committee is going to meet in January. We're already like 1 year down into our 5-year plan. So I would just encourage us that if we're going to take this serious about housing affordability in Rocky Hill, that we need to be more proactive about this. We've got some good groundwork here, and I appreciate all the work that everybody's done on it. But if we're not proactive about this, then we're going to continue to have outside developers come in and try to build where we don't necessarily want them to, and use the statutes in place to sometimes give us stuff we're not necessarily asking for, all in the name of housing affordability, when really their goal is just profitability, not housing affordability. So my only ask is that, this committee, the council approves this, and when this committee is set up, that it doesn't just become another line item on the agenda that ends up every couple weeks, every meeting is just no meeting, no report, that we actually take it seriously and make actionable steps to work towards this so that we're proactive, not reactive. Thanks.
Anyone else who wishes to be heard? Okay, we're going to wrap up this public hearing. Take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're going to move on to our second public hearing of the night, and that is for the proposed ordinance entitled Uniform Evaluation of Personal Property. I'm going to open up the hearing now to public comment. Again, I'm going to read that this portion of the meeting is specifically set aside for comments from the public who are asked to limit their comments to 2 minutes. Any person interested in providing public comments remotely should email publicmeetings@rockyhillct.gov prior to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting, at which time a link will be provided to attend the meeting, as well as instructions on how to participate. And one thing I neglected to mention is that we have Councilor Ellen Greenspan attending remotely. So welcome, Councilor Greenspan. And now the floor is open to public comment.
Okay. Do you have a motion to?
I'm going to give it a minute at least, right? Like you just don't know. Somebody might walk in the door late.
And if we had received anything through email or another channel, that would have been read during this time, right?
Correct.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. All right, I'm going to wrap up the public hearing. I suppose we can always reopen it for the remaining 6 minutes if somebody comes in.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're going to commence our 6:50 public hearing, but we'll let it go for a while. The public hearing proposed ordinance entitled Municipal Option for Property Tax Exemption for 100% Disabled Veterans. And again, with respect to public comment, the meeting is specifically set aside for comments from the public who are asked to limit their comments to 2 minutes. Any person interested in providing public comment remotely should email publicmeetings@rockyhillct.gov prior to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting, at which time a link will be provided to attend the meeting, as well as instructions on how to participate. So we're a few minutes early, but I'm going to go ahead and open the floor up to public comment, but we'll leave it open for a while because this meeting was supposed to begin at 6:50.
Hey, John. Can I borrow this? Just give it back.
I'm just going to remind the back table that sometimes your comments get picked up, and unless you don't want your comments publicly on the record, you want to maybe take your conversation outdoors. Are you here for public comment, sir? Yes. And is that on the veterans? Just on the regular town council meeting? Okay, because we have a public hearing open right now, so we're just waiting to see if folks are going to come in and comment. Is anyone here for public comment on the special public hearing that's open right now? And the public hearing that is open right now is on the tax exemption for 100% disabled veterans. And we're going to hold this meeting open for a few more minutes.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, sir.
how long do you want to wait for the veterans one? Because
One more minute. Yeah.
I just wanted to, do we want a preparation?
Yes. I'm going to keep the floor open for one more minute for our last public hearing, and then I'm going to close down that public hearing. Excuse me, sir. Are you here for the public hearing before I close it down? No? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. All right. So everyone, I'm going to shut down the public hearing for the proposed ordinance entitled Municipal Option for Property Tax Exemption for 100% Disabled Veterans. If somebody happens to walk in the next 5 minutes, obviously we'll open up the floor again.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.